Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading, and this is a bonus reading for the new moon solar eclipse on August the 12th. And you, Pisces, are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Pisces, we all have a little bit of Pisces in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, where does Pisces show up? That will give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right. We do have the Ace of Pentacles for the underlying energy for this reading. The Ace of Pentacles is talking about health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. This is talking about a gift from the divine as well as the universe for staying on your path of glory. So the pentacles in tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness, and a big part of that is money. But it's more than that. It's about lifestyle. You know, if you don't have your health and you don't have love in your life, you're not going to be living your best lifestyle no matter how much money you do have. So this is talking about the underlying energy for this new moon and solar eclipse energy. This solar eclipse is actually Leo moon and Aquarius sun opposing it. Whenever there's a moon, the energy of the moon, the opposing energy is right across the zodiac wheel from you and has a huge effect on the energy of Leo. So Aquarius is on the other side opposing the Leo energy. Now, both of these signs really enjoy their individuality and want to be seen as, an individual. And that's kind of what this energy of this new moon and this eclipse is about. So the Leo energy, though, it's more like Leos are natural born leaders, and they really like to they kind of mature a little bit later, and but they have that desire to be a leader at a young age. And when they're involved in a project or whatever is happening in life, they have a tendency to want for everybody else to follow them. I'm the leader, do as I say kind of energy. Whereas Aquarius also enjoys being an individual, but they're more likely to be a team player, and they will engage with others' ideas and then bring those forward and, be more collaborative in that way. And so the energy of the Leo moon is going to be up here, and the Aquarius energy that's shedding light on anything hidden or any illusions in the moon from the top here will come to light. All right, so we do have for the first card out for the moon energy, we have the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups is a card of celebration, but it's not my favorite card because quite often this will come out and there'll be some sort of energy where there's gossip or slander or a third-party energy involvement in a romantic relationship. The cups talk about love, and quite often this is talking about romantic love. And so if it's romantic love, why are there three? That's what we want to know. And no one's looking at each other here. And so this energy, when no one's looking at each other, there's no intimacy there. And they're more celebrating something that has happened, an event or something like that, than they are celebrating each other. And in many cultures, particularly in Europe, if you were to toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, they will freak out on you, like, look me in the eye, because they have a very deep superstition there that if you don't look someone in the eye when you're toasting them, that it causes 7 years bad luck in your romantic life, and in theirs too. So that's why they get really worked up over it. And so it's kind of an energy of, we'll see what they're celebrating, but quite often in the end it turns out to be something that is maybe not like in your benefit. And then we have, especially with the hidden illusions and secrets in the moon. And then we have this energy here of the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is talking about an energy of you know, going back in the past, basically. And it's about, sometimes it can be talking about reconciliation. And reconciliation could be with another person, or it could be just reconciliation of your past, trying to figure out what really did happen, you know, back whenever. And quite often this card can also speak about reunions, like going back for high school reunions or family reunions. I mean, we're in the summer and a lot of people are doing that, so it makes sense. But the idea here is that if there is reconciliation or someone wants to reconcile from your past, that would imply that there needs to be some sort of forgiveness. And so this is talking about that type of energy, you know, and this card here actually can also be saying that there may be hidden secrets and illusions, especially in this moon energy from your past, like back when you were a child, that maybe you're not aware of. And maybe this kind, because we have the world cycle ending here, and we do have judgment here. So it's kind of like there's something going on here. And this has been kind of how a lot of the readings have been. They're full of promise, and at the same time, there's something that needs to be cleaned up. So this card, when you first look at it, you look at it and you think, oh, well, there's two children playing in the yard and they're playing with these potted plants, and someone's watching over them in the background there. But then when you look again, you realize, wait a minute, that's a gnome and that's a little woman. And that little woman, she looks like an old hag from the back, but from the front, she looks really young. And both of them are wearing a white mitt. So this is like, the old hag is like, we don't want your stupid flowers. They're not even yours to give away. And the younger woman, she's being nice. She's explaining herself. You know, we're dressed in our finery and we don't want to get our mitt dirty. And, you know, instead of just saying, no, we don't want your flowers. And so this is saying, if someone comes back from your past and they've caused some sort of issue for you and it hasn't worked out, are you going to let them back into your life? Are you going to allow them back in and be a people pleaser, or go back home and let, you know, if you don't like the way you're being treated, continue to put up with it? It's that type of energy. And we have the flowers in tarot, when they're white like this, they represent innocence, but these flowers are not innocent. So here's another illusion. These flowers are from the nightshade family. This is Datra. And Datra is highly, if a child or a pet were to ingest this, it's toxic for them. It could make them very sick. And, you know, sometimes shamans will use Datra to cause visions in their ceremonies for people to heal from their inner child wounds. But that's working with adults, and shamans have been doing it for centuries, so they understand what to do. You would never plant this plant in your yard with children around or pets, because it's too risky. And then in the background here, that person watching over the children is actually walking down the path. He's a stranger. So the whole thing is an illusion. And that could be saying that there could be some sort of illusion from your past, from your childhood, that you don't know about. And maybe that energy is coming out because we have the world here. And it's really interesting because what are they celebrating here in context with this? It's like three people celebrating that that are because you reconcile. Maybe that could be it. This could be like, maybe they're happy that you reconcile, but there's no one's look like, it's not like, oh yay, we had an argument and now we're all you know, back together again, and no one's looking at each other. So let's reserve judgment on that. But definitely there could be some sort of information, communication coming in. And I feel like this communication for you is going to be very rewarding, because this is a reward from the divine and the universe for staying on your path of glory. This is you know, a big pentacle. It's talking about, you know, a big substantial change in your lifestyle, and the world for the better. And the world is talking about having come to an end of a cycle. It's almost, for me, it's almost saying that maybe there's no point in reconciling, or there's no point in going back to the past. It's time to move forward. We'll see some more, but because this is talking about the end of a cycle, it's talking about it's card number 21, and the Fool goes off on his journey at the 0 point. And when card 21 comes out, that means, okay, you've done everything you can on this old cycle, and it's time to let it go. You've been successful in doing everything that you were supposed to do with it. It's time to go on a brand new cycle. And that would be this energy here. And this looks very promising compared to this energy here. So this is also talking like this moon eclipse energy. I just wanted to explain that. Like, you'll feel the new moon. It's on the 12th of August. You'll feel it around, 3 days before and 3 days after. But the eclipse energy tends to hang in there for about 6 months. And the last time we had this energy was back in August of 2016 to January of 2019. So think back in August of 2016, if you can remember what kind of was going on in your life then, and up until January of 2019. Eclipse seasons come in series, and the Aquarius Leo series, the last time we had that energy was way back then. And before that, it was in February of 2008 until August of 2009. So that might give you an idea again of what was going on back in 2008, if you can remember. And then way back, and this might even be for your ancestors, in August of 1998 to July of 2000. So if you think that this could be births that happened, or, people that passed, maybe there was a will or something, like there's something going on here that you need to look back to in your past. And it would be a huge reward when this is saying that the divine is on it, that you're going to receive this reward. And then we have sometimes with eclipse seasons, they stretch out for 6 months. And it's a really good idea right now. If there's some sort of goals that you want to make, just write them down, like in point form, like 5 or 10 of them, and then just put it away. Put it away for 6 months. We just are ending one eclipse season, and this on August 12th, we're entering into another 6 months of a new eclipse season. So this energy is really powerful for manifesting. And so if you write it down, you have a tendency to do it. And I'll prove it to you by you put it away and don't look at it for 6 months. And when you pull it out, you might be shocked at what you all got accomplished on your list. Like on mine, I had one was cleaning out my closet, and I forgot that I had that on my list. And I just looked at it because we're wrapping up the eclipse season from February 17th to March 3rd. And I had got everything. There was 8 things on my list that I got done, and I forgot that I said I was going to do some of them. So it really gives it a lot of power if you do that. And then the Leo energy is the moon, and now the Aquarius energy is shedding light on, okay, what is hidden here? What can we do to get this reward? And look at this, we have the 10 of Cups as well. So this is talking about like an ultimate, like this is like the rainbow after the storm. The rainbow comes out. And as I look at my clock, it's saying 11:11. So the rainbow comes out after a stormy time in your life. And there's this beautiful energy coming in, this reward here and this reward here. I feel like if there's someone from the past trying to draw you back into the same old ways, I would be very careful of that energy. This is talking about ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. Is it going to be perfect every second of every minute of every day? Probably not. But this is talking about a lot of promise for a lot of love coming into your life, and you like receiving and giving love, maybe to that special someone and children, and to your neighborhood and in your career. Like it's just having a lovely life. And this is God's judgment coming in. And the reason I was bringing up this eclipse energy from going back into time here is we have the judgment coming in, and this is coming in from the spiritual realm. The angel is blowing the horn and literally waking up the ancestors. They're coming out of their boxes. They're so excited. Yes, finally, the truth is coming out, and whatever's happening here, they're getting some sort of justice here. And so this could go, you know, however far back it goes. Like these are ancestors that have crossed the veil, and they're waving to the descendants across there. So this energy might be something, when you find that whatever this is, it could be something really beneficial. Like it might even just put your mind to ease, you know, about certain, like you might have questions at the back of your mind, like who am I? What, you know, where did we really come from? That type of energy. Or it could be like you have a distant relative that maybe just passed or something, and they're trying to find you to give you some, you know, an inheritance of some sort. So sometimes this card represents skeletons falling out of the closet. And it also sometimes can, on a bigger scale, represent, like in the world, in the global scene, some sort of you know, Pandora's box being opened, and a lot of truths coming out about that. And we're seeing a lot of that on the planet right now. And then we have this energy of the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, she is considered to be the coldest of the four queens in the minor arcana. She has the element of air, and this is representing thoughts. The sword represents your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. And the Queen of the Queen of Swords hasn't always been cold. She's gotten that way because she's been there, she's done that, and she has the t-shirt, and she is not willing to put up with any more bullshit. She does have her right hand out. She's saying, I'm willing to receive this reward, but I do not want you to don't come and talk to me if you're full of bullshit, because I'm not putting up with it. Off with your head if you do so. And she has her head above the clouds. She has clarity. This one bird here represents that she's independent, and this out of all the queens and kings in the tarot, the king and queen of swords are the most likely to be divorced or separated. So it could be something around that kind of energy, or maybe one or your parents separated, or there could be some sort of something coming back from the past that maybe you were told one story, but it really went another way. You'll find that a lot of times when we're children too, we misinterpret what's going on, and sometimes we're just told flat out lies just because it's easier. But this energy is talking about being willing to receive and having the discernment to know what, you know, to have gone through enough that you know that you're not putting up with the same old shift from the past if it hasn't been pleasant for you. You're ready to collect your new energy here. And this is talking about, you know, like going from that energy, collecting your reward. And and it's going back to this energy here, gossip, slander, other people maybe from the past knowing about this and they didn't tell you it, or something like that. There's something here, there's some sort of secret in your family maybe, or something. There usually is. It doesn't have to be anything really horrible, but something. And then we have this judgment here, and this is talking about the judgment is for you to receive this reward because you've been on the up and up, you've been working, you've been doing your thing, you've been doing your best to be the best version of you that you can be, following your North Star, your North Node energy. And this energy is talking about something that back again, this reward could be something that happened in the past that you maybe are not aware of it, or there's some illusions around it. Again, it's saying that it has something to do with your past. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily go all the way back to your past, you know, but it is talking like further back, like, you know, not something that happened yesterday. And then we have this energy here of this fulfillment, this promise of fulfillment after the storm, having this beautiful energy come in. Again, we have that shown here. Like this is having like the love and the money and the lifestyle. And this is a big change from where you are now. Like, so you might be doing really well right now, but it's saying it's going to be even better than, because this cycle is ending and this information is coming out. So I will clarify this for those that want clarification. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this new moon, in case people are leaving the reading here. So this eclipse energy and this new moon in particular right now on the 12th is talking about major changes being possible in your life. And usually they're around romance or dating, hobbies, that type of energy, because this is talking about individualism, as what's best for you, what you love to do, and also, your family, the group energy, what's going on with them. And it can also really make you notice flaws that are in the systems. Now, that could be on a more global scale with Pandora's box, or this could be something, in your family, like in your intimate family here. Something going on that you're not aware of. And it's coming up again when I talk about that. And this is also about both the Leo and the Aquarius energy stand out, because they're both individuals that enjoy that individualism. But this is talking about, this could even be something that's holding you back from being the leader that you're meant to be to collect this. So I'm going to clarify this for those that want clarification. And I'm going to use my Oracle Tales from the Vector. And the numbers on these cards represent the paintings in the order that they are in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. And this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I'll put them in the order that they appear here, and I'll put that in the description box below. Then you can check it out if you want to. All right, so we have, here we have this energy of the Wheel of Fortune turning on this. So again, this is something that's happening, there's something turning in your favor here, and you might start noticing synchronicities. So pay attention, listen to your intuition at this time. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, it's saying, and this is God's plan. This is something that you are supposed to receive. And so, it's coming your way. It's confirmation. And then we have the Trauma Queen. And so, yeah, there we have it. Life's a slice, but hold the drama. So I don't feel like this energy here is energy that they're celebrating for you, that your Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. I feel like they liked it better when you were out in the cold, that type of energy. This is life's a slice, hold the drama, and it's talking about the fight, flight, freeze. So, you could fight for something, and maybe in the past, you haven't fought for what's yours, but now you are. And the flight is, you could just walk away from it and just remove yourself from the situation. That's not really flight, that's more like a choice. And maybe sometimes that's the better thing to do. And freeze is when the energy just gets stuck and you're left hanging, kind of. So it's talking about this is moving forward. Let's see what else we have here. The Hermit. So yeah, it's talking about when your foundation is shaken in some way. When you find out something and you're like, whoa, that explains a lot. That's the energy that I'm getting. You're going to find out something and you're going to be like, wow. And this is happening on the global stage. We can see this happening right now in the news. And we can also see that whatever happens as above, on a bigger scale, comes into individuals' lives as well. And so these cards have been coming up for a lot of people. So there's a lot of energy about moving forward, and after the Hermit, it's talking about after having that dark night of the soul, when you're what is going on, and you're really feeling I wish, you can't seem to get unstuck. The Hermit climbs the mountain, and then when his lantern is full of the light of the North Star energy, that's when he comes down from the mountain, and that's when he takes action. And that's when we have the World card coming up. And this is saying you're a star. So this is saying that, you could be a public figure of some sort, or this could just be talking about you didn't know what was you thought things were one way and they're another way. But whatever the star energy is saying, again, that you're following your North Star energy, which is your destined path to the best of your ability. And I feel like this Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And this is happening a lot in all of the readings in this series that I did. And just in general, we're seeing like justice is starting to happen in situations where we thought it wouldn't. And so this is talking about this energy being played out in individuals' lives as well as in others. But we have the North Star energy in 3 different cards here, saying that you're being rewarded. Cool. And then we have the ego, and this is talking about a karmic space that we can all fall into. And it's, you know, it's saying keep your ego in check. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand when people talk about the ego. Ego can be you're too boastful and you're all that and you're, you know, you're puffed up and, you know, you need to, and maybe that kind of energy is at play a little bit here because we're talking about that wanting to be a leader. But maybe you're a natural born leader. And your ego is telling you, oh, you're not good enough to be a leader. Who do you think you are? You don't deserve this reward. Stay where you're at. It's safer where you're at. You don't want to go through like this hassle, you know, and no. So in that case, that's where you don't want to fall into that space of telling yourself that. The ego likes things to be the way they are now. It's a more comfortable position for a lot of people, and it's being like you don't, you know, like, oh, I'd have to sell the house and I'd have to do this and I'd have to do that, and so you talk yourself out of doing the things you really that are in your heart. This is saying use your insight regarding the energy here. And then we have the moon energy. So this is saying when you discipline your mind, that you're going to be in this energy of reckless abandon. So when you get clear on what's going on, and remember the moon time is very, is when your intuition is really sharp. And we do have this energy here. I'm just going to move this over here so you can see this. So from the bottom here, we have like this information coming in with this reward. And I feel these people were celebrating too soon that you wouldn't catch on or whatever. This is talking about a judgment happening, and this is meant for you. Like you're supposed to be a star. It says this twice. And so you might already be a star, but you're going to be even more shiny. That's the energy. And then this is talking about something that you learned from the past again is going to come in, and it's going to put you in this star energy. And the star energy is talking about being on your destined path. And then we have don't talk yourself out of this. Don't talk yourself out of this. Keep going. Sometimes it gets way more difficult right before, you know, when it's stormy. You don't go run outside and clean up in the middle of a storm because there's no point, because it's just going to keep storming. But you do that cleanup after the storm. And this is that energy coming in, that rainbow, and all of a sudden, oh, the sun's out. Oh, it's not as bad as we thought it was. We can clean this up in no time. It's that type of energy I'm picking up. This is a reward that's meant for you. It's destined for you. And it's going to create a whole new world for you. And I love that we have the star energy here, we have the North Star energy here, and we have the North Star energy here. Really good energy. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, Pisces. I sure have. It's a good reading. Thank you for your time and energy and your likes, comments, and subscribes. I really appreciate them all. I'll be back with another reading for you again soon. Bye for now.